from Legend, is it? It's nothing like it. That's a big part of Tomb Raider. What are they doing? Why they changed it? Anyway, did we have any more journal stuff while I'm at it? Thor's gauntlets. It was said that Thor could only wield Mjolnir by wearing a special pair of iron gauntlets. The gauntlet I discovered in Niflheim, which is what I suppose we believe we're in right now, Niflheim, could very well be the source of this myth. Most of the gauntlet itself crumbled to the touch, but the carved knot of stone and metal in its centre was undamaged by age. It extended metal tendrils and conformed to the dimensions of my hand perfectly. Clearly, this is the ancient source of power of the artifact, and the rest of the gauntlet was added separately later. I don't remember if the plot of this game goes into where these kinds of artifacts come from. See, the story in Anniversary... I don't know. I don't know what I should talk about Anniversary. I don't really want to talk about it that much because it's not that relevant to the game. I don't want it to put people off and me be like, oh yeah, you're totally not going to understand Tomb Raider Underworld if you've not played Anniversary, because that's just not true. But it does go into some stuff about the ancient world, I suppose. But I mean, it would be so easy for them to just kind of explain, oh, it's all aliens. You know, doing Indiana Jones on us. Yeah, you can thank me later for reminding you about that. But, I don't know, I don't think they do something like that. I think they do explain the source, possibly. But it's like, okay, so where do these things come from? Why is it undamaged by age? What real civilization created it? How old is it? That kind of stuff. What's it got to do with Lara's mother? Where is my mother, guys? Where is my mother? She's not in the other room. She's disappeared through a portal at some point. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of what's been going on. And now I'm thinking, right, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday for filming, Sunday for editing, rendering, upload over the week, bish bash bosh. Was I even supposed to be able to do that jump? Is this the right way? I think it's the right way. Yeah, it is. Cool. And that's kind of the... wait. I'm pretty sure I just went the wrong way. Wait, where the hell am I? I do hope that the brightness and stuff is fine, because I'm kind of doing a bit of a gamble here. No, Lara. No, Lara. Lara. There you go. Thank you. I'm taking a bit of a gamble here, really. In that, if it's too dark, then this is literally just going to be so bad. I might have to artificially change it. Limbo was a pain in the arse, LP, in that. Absolute pain in my backside. Because it was way too dark. So I was trying to artificially brighten it, but then it got the contrast going crazy, and it was horrible. On my test play, by the way, when I got back into this room, you'll also notice that in Legend, when you were running back through the temples or whatever, it was significantly more action-packed than it is on this. There's not very much different happening. Anyway, when I got here on my test run earlier, I was like, alright, we've got to swim out now, don't we? Well, no, you don't actually swim out. This pool has got a little secret in it, by the way, a little treasure. But actually, you're supposed to come up here to this little room on the side. Easily missed. I was walking around here for like 5-10 minutes. It was a bit embarrassing. That's why I kind of want to play through the levels first, just so that... Wait. Did I just... No, this is fine. You'll notice that you can't actually get up in this room here, like at all, even though there's a ledge there. Don't worry, there's no secrets there or anything. Anyway, yeah, now we get to swim out, and we get to hold left bumper. Should I go into one of these jellyfish? I don't think you get jellyfish in all of the swimming areas. Oh yeah, consider this, right? When we were swimming towards this, the snake thing came and it was like... That was supposed to be one of the Kraken's, like, tentacles. How weird is that? It's a bit crazy. Because it definitely wasn't that long, winding its way the whole way through. I don't know, I kind of like it though that the first level was a bit muted like this, because it did remind me of playing the old Tomb Raider games. It really did, where you're just left to your own devices. You get to swim around. You get to run around in those, and just find keys and open doors and solve puzzles all on your own, without people just chatting to you. Legend was cool for that, and you know, I do miss it, but then at the same time I also appreciate this and what you're getting out of this, which is cool. There's loads of secrets in and around this actual complex. As you can see, it's quite high up. Should I try and demonstrate this? I think if this is the level I'm thinking about, as I said, there's a lot of swimming things, but if this is the level I'm thinking about, somewhere in the roof. Can we swim down, Lara? Thanks. Somewhere in the roof up here, just before we leave and go back to the boat, have a little dinghy boat thing, which kind of serves as like your home in this game. Is like, that's the thing. There should be somewhere There's loads of secrets. This is why the secret system annoys me a little bit more, particularly for this game, because they made it kind of open. It's far more open than a lot of Tomb Raider games are, especially, well, mainly in these swimming sections. And when you're just sieving stuff out that's really not challenging or, you know, making you think when you're finding it. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to talk about. When the guys came, the mercenaries jumped us. I was going to say, remember at the start of the level when we were looking on the horizon, there was that little bit of smoke. That was their boat. There you go. Yeah, so I don't know. It's not interesting, is it, when you're just happening upon stuff or you're searching around everywhere with a fine-tooth comb. Kind of just feels like they were artificially extending the length of time it took to play the game. Anyway, it looks like there's a little building over here. I literally have no memory of where all of these little things are. And like I say, leave comments if you're bored of watching me swim around and try and find these little things. If it really comes to it and you really want to see, I'll start going on to game FAQs again and finding and like copying down lists and all stuff like that, which I did before, which was kind of fun, but it took a lot of time. See, this is the thing, time, man. I don't know. It's like now that I have a real life outside of YouTube, now that I have a real life, yeah, there we go. That's pay off. It's just time. What's going on? And the thing is, where I work now, I'm meeting all these people and it's awesome and it's like, yeah, okay, that's been. But because it's such a big company and and people like join companies like that and they expect it to absorb their life and they're offering to do all this stuff after work and it's like, oh yeah, you should do this, you should do this, there's all these extra things, all the employees do this and we're always completely in contact with one another, like I've got a company phone and stuff. It's like it will, if you let it, and very easily completely take over your whole life and there would very easily be nothing left for a hobby or anything like this, and it's scary, it really is. And it's like I'm fighting against two things at the moment. It's really weird. I don't know. Have you guys ever felt like that? Like you've put a lot of time and effort into something like kind of what I've been doing here, but then something else comes along and it's just, I don't know. It's a bit weird. So I really like that we can sit down and just do this kind of stuff. Also, since this video probably won't be coming up till really late in the week, I've been live streaming recently on Concrete Ducks, the joke channel I set up on April Fool's Day. If you go to youtube.com/Concrete Ducks, I've been live streaming. I'll be live streaming tomorrow on Sunday, but I'm not announcing it to anyone except on Concrete Ducks. I want to slowly increase my audience. I will explain over there if you're interested in watching me live stream, but it'll be a bit like this. I'm playing a Zelda game tomorrow actually, which should be kind of cool. But yeah, Lara, what the hell? Okay, she just got on the boat through the bottom of the boat. Round of applause for that magic trick. There you go. See, look, she's wet. Brilliant. Now the boat's far closer. Lots of smoke, as you can see. I wonder if this game was sponsored by the makers of this camera. And are cameras often 12-bit? Really? Like, I wouldn't know, but that's kind of weird. Right, there's that mercenary that knocked us out. Bit of a douchebag. Turn the boat on. What I like about that boat is it reminds me of the boat from Tomb Raider 2. Just the sound of it, the engine coming on. You don't get to drive it around though in game, which I think is maybe a bit of a miss trick. It would have been quite fun. Actually, yeah, no, there are vehicles on this. Anyway, God of Thunder, next section. And we get some cool music here. Very cool music, in fact. Let's have a quick look at our old bloggers. No, they didn't update anything. We're just on the next chapter. So you got the boat here. By the way, graphics, fantastic. You'll see at the end when I finish recording today, and we get like into level 2. Levels, I'm by the way calling levels, but really they're locations. So when we go to the next location, like we're in the Mediterranean Sea at the moment, we'll go to a different location later. At the start, I thought was one of the most fantastic, beautiful looking environments in a game that I'd ever seen when I first found it. Playing a couple of hours ago, it already looks dated to me, and it doesn't look as good as I remember it, which kind of sucks. But it is still very, very cool. Anyway, we're on the boat. There's no reason to come around here on this section of the boat. The boat we will not be able to return to, okay, because the boat will, you know, leave by the end of this level in one way or another. And it won't be here for when we return to the location, so you don't have to worry about any secrets or relics or anything like that in locations like this as they appear in the story. These are like one-time only story things as they come. Now, when I played earlier, there were things to shoot here. There were people to fight and things to kill. There you go. Hello. Combat. Combat, combat, combat. You'll notice we haven't had much, if at all. Have we had any except those sharks at the start? See, that's weird. They did like the whole kind of muted, yes, look, this is just exploring and It's all about the ambience kind of thing that the old Tomb Raiders were, and not too much fighting. But and they did that with this whole level, but then they also threw us in fighting sharks immediately at the start, which I think if they just got rid of that, it would have worked really well. And then you have this big kind of epic, oh, now we're learning to fight and all this kind of crazy stuff's happening, this is amazing. But you just don't get that at all. Anyway, right, so the lower deck, there's nothing you can do here. You can't open any of these doors. There might be a few medipacks laying around. I wish they'd bring back the old medipack look. I want the new Tomb Raider to have, like, the old cycle. I haven't really looked at anything about the new Tomb Raider, but I probably should. I was going to actually wait with this LP until just as that new Tomb Raider came out, and like ride the wave or whatever of that game, and then once I'd finished it, just move on to the next generation, but sod it. So what we're going to do is, because we can't go anywhere, we're going to wall jump on these to climb up, and we're going to worm our way along. These crates here, oh, here's a good example, actually. Right, these crates here, you can be on top of. Look, you can be on top of, right? Nice, easy. Alright, let's just climb back on top of the crate, shall we? Alright, let's do it. Come on, Laura. No, don't jump over it, Lara. Jump on it. Lara, could you please... Lara, could you jump on the crate? Oh, that was very nice, Lara, but can you please jump on the crate? Oh, very nice again. Can you jump on the crate? No, she will never jump on the crate, okay? These kinds of little things are annoying things. Oh, so you think, right, brilliant, I'll go along this way. Wow, that actually worked. But that is clunky as hell. That didn't work before. It started just spazzing out. It's really... where they've added all these different things, and like sometimes she'll treat certain bits of the environment as if it's cover for during a shootout, and sometimes she'll jump over it immediately, and it's madness. It's madness, the amount of different things that they've added in, and it would be so cool if it felt smooth and it all worked together, but it just didn't get the attention to detail that it deserved. Now we've been taught about sticky grenades. We've had all of these grenades on us. Generally, as far as I remember, this game is a really, really good tactic with the sticky grenades. Just throw them all over the place. I can't remember how scarce they are, though. Actually, one thing that I could point out to you, there's quite a few guys here. The combat can get difficult, by the way. It's not just all an easy walk in the park. Have I seriously found no medipacks this whole time? As I said, I'm like half to death now. Halfway dead. There's a medipack, good. Yeah, this is what they look like now that we're on the boat, you see. There we go, thank you. Oh, you chased me. Yeah, the combat can be quite hard, which is good. It's just, you know, it's the same old, oh, I'm rolling from left to right, I'm rolling from left to right, I'm rolling from left to right, oh, look at me, I'm rolling from left to right, I'm rolling forward. It's the same as that, that is always really kind of been, wait, is that a person up there? No. But it can just be a little bit harder. Having said that, if we have a look, game options, player tailoring is an interesting thing that you don't see in many games. Enemy health, you can set it to less if you're crap at games. You can then set the ammunition capacity to extra. You can set Lara's damage to less, and you can give yourself more time for saving grabs. I suppose these settings are reflecting essentially what you chose at the start of the game when you had those 3 difficulties. I.e., if we'd picked like the novice difficulty, it would all be scaled to the far left. If we'd picked, you know, the other one, then it would all be in the middle. But having said that, I believe there are achievements for completing the games on different difficulties. So it could be that you pick, like, we've picked normal difficulty, and now if we've gone to less enemy health, extra ammunition and stuff, even though that's easier than normal, it's still not as easy as easy. So when we complete the game, we'll get like credit for having completed it on normal. Does that make sense? So like there's a range. I don't know how specifically it works, but you can tailor it to yourself, which I think is cool. Not many games do it. I think there's like a stigma against developers for doing that kind of thing, because it's like, oh, you don't know how to tune your own game. You don't know what players really want. Oh, and you're allowing them to choose it for themselves. Well, there is maybe a little bit of that, but everyone's different. And you know, if I was a really massive fan of this, I could totally imagine myself figuring out that eventually I'm like, actually, do you know what? Combat's really, really interesting if you put ammunition capacity to less. Now I'm being encouraged to go into cover more and that kind of stuff. So, kind of cool. That was just something that I saw earlier. There's not that much else. I just made sure to turn on subtitles, so there's that. I'm just gonna play on all defaults though, because why not? Anyway, yeah. Now you can come over here. There's this guy to fight. Another bit of the combat system is you can use Y to kick people, basically, and that's all you really do. That's how she fights in melee. She just like kicks them. That was kind of cool. It does quite a lot of damage, actually, in some situations. Sometimes it's a bit weird, though, because they can also do a lot of damage. It's always funny, though, to me, that you can kill them quicker by kicking them than you can by shooting them, really, in close range. Like, you do more damage by kicking them, which is very, very funny. But, in any case, you can mix it up. I guess it makes combat kind of interesting. It's just a problem with this game. They've got a lot of depth and a lot of different stuff that they put in it. But it's short. It's short, and... you know, this is why I kind of want to play Uncharted, because Uncharted sounds like a series that's just Tomb Raider done right. Tomb Raider at a proper length. And I don't know, maybe just with a bit more justice done to it or something. Tomb Raider's kind of a bit of an IP, really, I think, that's been put in the hands of some less than capable developers. Not to say that the guys that made this in this generation weren't capable. I've had a lot of fun with this generation, but still, I don't know. I am still kind of tempted to do Uncharted 3. Another thing that happened to me recently is my brother moved out. So a little bit about me, I guess. I have two brothers.